Hello, lovely ones. That was a little bit of a welcome, hello, lovely ones, and a bit of a sigh at the same time. So, with that being said, that obviously gives you an indication where I'm at. This is a major energy sharing video. Once again, haven't really been able to jump on social media or share anything because I've kind of been going through a process. So I'm gonna take us back to the 22nd of the 22nd. So in my last video, I was talking about grief and, just how that was really, really coming up front and center. So many people I've spoken to, so many, just resonated, and we were all in the same space. So just to recap on that, so we can take the jump off from there and carry it all the way through to today. So the 22nd, it was an amazing, powerful, expansive day. So much light. I was just like, wow. This is probably better than any of the good portals I've experienced to date. Amazing. And always happens when there's a lot of light coming in. It's a universal law. Contraction, expansion, up and down, in and out. Do you know what I mean? It's like, rise, fall, whatever. It's going to happen. It's just science, just chemistry. So, so anyway, I was talking on the last video about the split of the paradigms. If you see me looking down, I've got a whole list to talk about today. And if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at because there's a lot. But anyway, on the 22nd, there was this split of paradigms. I actually felt it in my whole being. I felt the split and I was like, oh, it's happening. It's happening. And I could feel a very, very crystal clear clarity energetically and obviously physically with what the new earth is feeling like, and what the old paradigm is feeling like. And the more they're kind of like splitting, and I've been feeling that, I'm now understanding on a big level, like the distinction in what the old world feels like in comparison to the new one. And I don't think we realize just how much we've been buzzing in the new, because when a dodgy day does come in, we go, oh, this is horrible. This is disgusting. I can't do this. This is like freaking me out. Get me out of here. You don't realize, you've basically lived in that energy for a long time. That was life. But we've just forgotten what that felt like because we've been kind of like in more newness than we've realized. So it's very interesting when you're observing the different frequencies and how distinctly different they feel, okay? So so the split has now begun, which that was the instigator, that was the activator of all the grief that we've been feeling. Dear friend of mine passed on the 22nd. In fact, so many people that I know, like this is close to me now, beyond that day, lost their loved ones. There is so much death, but rebirth, so many cycles. And then that grief, when it's kind of like instigated and activated by a certain something happen in your life, it's almost like it starts the process going. You start to like go, oh my God, and then now you're grieving, and then it gets bigger and you're grieving even more. And it's just covering everything. And I'm grieving what once was and what is not now, and da, da, da. And that's kind of where the process took us all up until now. And I know that I'm in the grieving process still. I might not be like face down on the flowers crying my eyes out like I was last week. Last week was really intense and it was really sore and really painful. But I can feel like there's still energy moving through to do with this grieving process. And I'd already sensed and felt that this is what it was going to be like, especially for the month of March. So I kind of like resigned myself to the fact that I'm placing myself in my spiritual crystalline incubator, so I can just basically be chilled vibes and just be at peace with everything that's kind of like going on. Because if you try and micromanage it or try and make yourself feel better and put yourself there, here, there, wherever, not going to work. You just need to kind of like commit, surrender and align and literally embrace the whole process. It's just there's nothing else to do except that. So if you can get yourself to that place of just acceptance, let it flow, let it go, or let it go and let it flow, So talking about that, talking about vision and sight, this is another thing. How are your eyes doing? My eyes have never been so bad as far as like physical vision. I now have to wear my glasses to be able to see the camera. This was never the case. Before, I just used to have to wear glasses to read my notes or read books. Now, I'm not even on my computer that much, so it can't be from that. It's just my eyes are deteriorating at a rate of knots. Now, if you are feeling the same way, and the same thing's happening, our eyes are basically being reconfigured and upgraded because this is the new earth landing. We're going to start to see the new earth in a different way. You can't look with the same eyes. So things that may appear as they are deteriorating or going backwards, bodies are breaking, you're going, oh, what the hell? They're not, they are breaking, but they're breaking to reconfigure, to recalibrate, to become the new, to become body, and a whole being of the new way. So we can't take any old programs, even any old bodies from the new from the old into the new. They have to be upgraded. So the eyesight is also going to go through that as well. So before you go off and get an eye op, which I nearly did, I'm just going to see how it goes and just see how these eyes are going to line up when I start to see more of the new earth, you know? So so basically now moving on to allowing the integration into the physical. Okay, so I want to go back to like that hectically, sorry, I've messed my hair up here. Ain't no one got time for that. I'm on camera, brew. How's that? That's better. Okay, so just keeping it real, yo. So now moving on to the integration of the light that came in last Tuesday, being the 22nd. So I've said it before, and I'm going to remind you again. My physical body is so slow and sore and stiff. I feel very inflexible. It's really, really difficult for me to move right now. And because, I mean, I move my body every day. It's kind of, it's a drag. It's a bit of what we call in South Africa a las, you know, it's a drag, you know. So basically this physical body is just kind of like integrating so much. Remember, so much light that comes in, that portal, lots of light came flying in, came into your energetic bodies here. And it's kind of like makes you feel a little bit like, you know, headachy, but you're still feeling the good vibes. And then all of a sudden it starts to land. The body has to integrate that light coming in. It's the last point of call. This body is solid. It's solid. So it's basically denser energy. So the energy and the light comes in is a lot slower by the time it hits here. You have to allow the time for it to come all the way through the muscles and everything like that. Now, very common for pain, lower, like at the base, what we call the mouth of God, the base of the neck or the base of the skull where the neck meets. And that's actually a portal in itself. Comes all the way through the shoulders. I mean, I haven't even been working on the computer that much, and I feel like I've never been off the computer. I've got that kind of like ginger, I look like a buzzard, you know, and it's here because the energy comes in, the light comes in through the crown chakra, starts to come through the physical body and like a lot. So what happens is all this light's got to squeeze through this here. You get a bit of a jam. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like kind of like last orders at the bar. Everybody goes running at the bar and you're like, oh, Jesus, we're all jammed. You know, so basically that's what's happening. So the body, you've got to give it time and help it, assist it. Do energy meditations where you're connecting with your light body more so than your physical body, and just allow the integration to land. Been 2 days, had a last 2 days have been very, very powerful upgrades. Yesterday and the day before. Now the day before, terrible headache, very nauseous, so bad that I thought I was getting gastro. And I was like, my God, I feel really, really sick. And the headache was full on. Didn't get gastro. Next day, still a little bit wonky, could feel this headache coming in and just feeling a little bit, So I didn't move my body, but I went to gym this morning, woke up with like so much vigor, was at the gym at 6:30 in the morning, started to work with my thing. And then I realized, oh God, no, I've still got this energy moving through, because I was really like, you know, I was really tired. And then when I went to do stretching, it's like there is no flexibility in my muscles whatsoever. So this is an indication that even from last Tuesday, from the 22nd portal, our bodies are still integrating the light. Allow it to land, because what's actually happening is our light body, our light being bodies, and now, which is the car body, which is the light body, it's like, you know, the highly tuned, upgraded, new 2.0 version. It now needs to land into the physical body. So what we're having here is like the old body falling away, coming into the new physical body, light body coming into land. We got to have that. And then what's happening is our lower chakras are still jammed with old shitty stuff. So that's why a lot of us are going through triggers, purges, and still a little bit of a dark night of the soul, or feeling unwell. Tummy bugs have been rife around here in Cape Town. Always a strong sign that your solar plexus is clearing out. You know, there's still shit to clear. So your lower chakras need to be completely clear so you can land the new light being body 2.0 into this new system. So that's kind of what's going on. Now, this leads me on to the next thing now, of basically bringing the two worlds together, okay, the two bodies together, if you like, because your physical body, if you are female, that's your divine feminine. Your light body, your car body, which is a complete reflection of this body, but it's a light body, so it's exactly the same cutout. That's the two bodies you have, you know, your light body and your physical body. So if you are a divine, if you are really a female, then your light body will be masculine. And if you are a masculine body, physical body, then your light body will be will be feminine. So that is the concept of the divine feminine, masculine feminine balance. That's the union. So that's what's happening, is the light body's wanting to land into the new physical body. So think about that. That is the divine union. So now is it going ping, 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 pennies dropping? Now I'm giving you like the physical breakdown. Like, you know, this is when you think about it, quite simple. So it's not rocket science, you know, just star science. So that's what's happening. So that's the integration of it coming together. So it's just getting rid of all the stuff so it can come into balance, you know? So that is why it's so important to clear the physical body. The body's purging, it's getting rid of it, whatever. That's what's happening. So now, this is also something that reflects that two worlds coming together, is that I have been so overwhelmed all week because I have basically sat here. I have my tour. The tour is filled. We're all together. I'm very excited. So we actually start and we kick off like in April. Okay, we're all going there. And I'm like, this is amazing. So I said to myself, well, I'm going to go into my quiet space and really start to go in my inward journey and just pull away from the world and prepare for my big Egypt tour. When actually what's happened is exactly the opposite. What happened is I held a ceremony this Saturday, meaning tomorrow. Okay, fine. Amazing, beautiful. Sekhmet ceremony, was guided to hold it. Then I said I'm going to go to Zimbabwe on the Monday to have a little bit of a rest time, Monday to Friday. What happened there is I ended up like having 2 ceremonies being held there. Okay, fine, awesome, amazing. Nothing is overboard stressful, but I'm just rolling with it. And then when I come back to South Africa on the Friday, I've got a very powerful Egyptian medicine ceremony that I'll be attending on the weekend. So what I'm trying to say is looking at it, this isn't me going into my quiet space. So I started to freak out and I was getting overwhelmed. I'm like, there's not enough time. I need to prepare. Oh my God, that's the ego speaking, telling me like, you're not prepared for Egypt. You know, you need to be super quiet to be prepared. Old paradigm thinking. I am so prepared. I am so effing prepared. I've been prepared all my lives for this tour, okay? So there isn't nothing wrong with it. But my old conditioning of thinking is like, oh my God, I need to manage my life and keep it separate, because anything that I have to do, I need to push over there. And I have to have this peaceful life, meaning having nothing to do from the morning to the night, all day, every day. That's what's going on here. No, wrong. I need to be able to master the peace state in flowing and holding my ceremonies. There is no need for me to go off to a quiet island and have some downtime to prepare for my tour, because my soul knows I have everything I need. My soul knows that I'm peaceful and I'm powerful and I'm ready. Always have been. But your ego will say, no, you're not. You need to go on that quiet island, you need to read some more, you need to prepare more, you need to get quieter. And it's telling me that I need to, you know, so that's the difference. And that's the separation I'm talking about. Ego mind talking to the soul. Two different things, 2 different vibrations. We're not talking to the soul, but you know what I mean? Versus the soul. So that is these 2 worlds separating, very faceted, multifaceted. So it's the busyness versus the peacefulness. It's the divine feminine versus the divine masculine, the 2 worlds coming together. It's the physical body being able to land the light body. So this is really important to understand this concept. And the concepts just go on and on and on and on about these 2 worlds that are coming, they're not colliding anymore. They're coming together for balance and union. So if you're experiencing any of what I'm kind of sharing with you now, it's okay. Because it's like an awesome game of spiritual Tetris. Your whole system is like going, that goes in there, that fits, bing, and we go again. Oh, that comes in there, that fits in there, bing, and we keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until we've landed the new earth completely. So that is what this is all about. So let me just check my list and see if I've missed anything. I've written expansion into the flow of your new life. That's it. That's the ending comment sharing of this video. Expansion into the flow of your new life. We're there, and I feel a lot of energy in my body there. So yes, this is what's happening. This is what's going down. Let this video settle into your bodies and just be really, really gentle with yourself, and just be really, really, you know, just allow, accept that everything is going in the place where it's supposed to go. Let it all just settle. So that's it, and that's all. That's all I have to share today, which is a whole 14 minutes of sharing. So anyway, love and light, y'all. Love and light. Yeah, and I'll speak to you on the next energy sharing. Peace.